Roe versus Wade. 1973 court case, uh, Supreme Court, and it concluded in the quote-unquote legalization of abortion. I use the air quotes because it's not legal. It's not legal, and it's not a law because the Supreme Court, they can't make laws. The left knows this too, because Biden has even said that he wants to make it a law. He wants to have it established that way because he knows that it isn't. Because he knows the Supreme Court can't make laws. So this happened in 1973, but some information about it that I think is really important. Of the nine Supreme Court justices, 6 of them, including the Chief Justice, were Republican nominated judges. 3 of them were Democratic nominated. Now, to my knowledge, 5 of them were registered Democrats and 4 of them were registered Republicans, according to research that I conducted on my own. So, the admission of the justices that were actually present, 5 were Republicans, 4 were Democrats, 6 were Republican nominated, 3 were Democratic nominated, and it was a 7-2 vote. 7 voted yes abortion, and 2, 1 Democrat and 1 Republican, voted no to abortion. So, I think that's a very clear example of why both parties suck. The Democratic Party, I agree. Look, the Democratic Party is far worse than the Republican Party. I think the Democratic Party is far more dangerous. They're the party of abortion. They are way more radical and intense and for abortion than the Republican Party. But the Republican Party is to blame too. Why? Roe versus Wade. They did it. They absolutely did it. You think there hasn't been a change in the Republican Party? I'm not saying the party switched on racism. I don't believe that. But the Republican Party used to fight oppression. Now it causes it, at least when it comes to abortion. So there's that. Also, for 50 years almost, pro-life movement, Republican Party, conservatives, Republican voters, Republicans in office have had a long time to do something about abortion. A very long time. In fact, under Trump's presidency, the Republican Party had the White House, the Supreme Court, the House, and the Senate all at the same time. Nothing. Nothing. They don't do anything. They don't do anything when they have power. They just whine and complain about the Democrats. When the Democrats have power, at least they do things. They're horrible things, but at least they use it. Republicans do not. They just whine and complain about what the other party's doing, and then they just compromise with them and do what they're doing. The Republican Party is honestly made up of a lot of liberals and leftists that are spineless. And, Donald Trump right now and the majority of quote-unquote pro-life Republican politicians think abortion should be legal in some instances. They don't want it abolished. Neither does the pro-life movement. Obviously, the Democratic Party is all about abortion. Libertarian Party right now, Joe Jorgensen was just their candidate, pro-abortion. Not to mention that Joe Jorgensen was also pro-prostitution and, would say things like, Black Lives Matter and things like that. So a lot of that stuff with her too. And the Republican Party, again, Donald Trump, not pro-life. A lot of other unbiblical things like him on guns, banning bump stocks, red flag laws, promoting LGBT. A lot of concerning stuff with Trump too. Major 2 parties, and then the third one that you usually think of, the Libertarian Party. All these parties suck. Honestly, I don't identify myself with any of these parties.